Welcome to Millennial Moms Unfiltered, the podcast where we show moms that they're not alone and it's okay to be a little messy sometimes. We're your hosts, Ashley
and Brittni.
And on today's episode, we're going to be talking about mompreneurs and burnout. All right, well, being a mompreneur, I half hate that term.
I hate it so much. It's so annoying.
Like, I can't just be an entrepreneur because I have kids.
Nope, you're a mompreneur.
We need a special word for it. Equality. I'm just kidding. No, but I don't like that word. But I'm going to use it in a hashtag so that other mompreneurs can find this episode.
Sure are. Yeah, no, I hate that. I don't even say entrepreneur. I don't like that word either.
I know.
It's annoying.
Weird. And I feel like people roll their eyes like...
entrepreneur. No, I own a business.
Yeah.
Like, I put too much of my own time and money into something and I pay taxes at the end of the year.
I'm actually really sad.
I'm out here trying.
No, but
and inspiring other women.
Yeah. Welcome.
You can do it too.
No, seriously though. When I was, I don't know, like 20 to 24, I worked in an OBGYN office as a medical assistant. So my background is in feminine health. And I was really passionate about that. I still really kind of am. I kind of wanted to be a doula for a while. That was another hyperfixation. I still totally would. I mean, I love it. But anyway, I realized really fast that I could not work for somebody else.
Yeah. Patrick told me the other day that because I left my job at my most recent job, we kind of came to an agreement, like me and my boss. Like it wasn't necessarily that I left, it wasn't necessarily that I got let go. It was like maybe this isn't working out. So Pat said, he's like, you really aren't good at working for other people. I was like, no, I'm not. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
My thing is, like, I'm an understander. Like, I need to know why are we doing it this way? If this way works better, how come we have to do it your way? And I feel like where I worked, it was like a power trip because...
That's part of the problem that with our country, I would say, that, like, a lot of bosses are not understanding, and when you
They're not leaders.
No, definitely not.
They're not leaders. Yeah, and it's just like, if you don't know why we're doing it, why are we doing it? If I found a more effective way, why am I getting in trouble for doing it the more effective way just because in the handbook it says this? So there was always things, and at the end of the day, I was terminated from that from that job.
I've never been terminated.
See, I did, but this is a real fucking... We're gonna go there.
Okay.
So my mom was in hospice, and I got let go. And in the same week, my roommate moved out to go live with my cousin. And I was just like, I lost it all. And then I lost my mom. And I was just like, yo. And then me and Gio, that was like at the beginning of our relationship. And then we, pretty soon after that, moved in together. And then that's when I decided I'm not. I was working in neurology for a short amount of time. And after just all the like change, I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah. And
I was already a personal trainer, and then that's when Ashley and Fitness, at the time it was called Peach Bums, which fucking rager. Yeah. That's when that was born, and it was just all like, it was all a really, really shitty time, but it really taught me that like, yo, it's not for me. But there are people out there, and that's okay to be one of those people that like working for other people, because you don't have to. It's way easier to hang up your hat, so to speak.
100%.
You know what I mean?
You don't
like,
turn off when you own your own business. There's no like going home and not thinking about work. I don't have that luxury.
And you can't shut it off either, like the creativity aspect of it, because it's like when it hits you and you're like, oh shit, if I don't do it right now, it's not gonna be as good or authentic or
whatever.
Right, and that's why I told you today. I said, sorry, I've been like, the phone has been like up my ass lately, but
no, you have to.
If I'm not writing it down or putting those colors there or thinking about where I'm gonna do these things, it's not gonna come back. Like, it's gone.
Yeah.
He's like, it's kind of like a dream. I'm like, yeah, except for like there's a chance I'll remember the dream. But, like, if this thought leaves me, that's it. It's
gone forever. You know, mine, like, a lot of my inspiration and motivation comes way too late at night. It's just terrible. And I am a night owl. I am not a morning person, which is also really hard for a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
Because my kids are up at 5 a.m.
I used to. My kids are early risers too, all of them.
I hate it.
Eden's finally, he's 11, so he's at the stage now where he sleeps in.
Yeah.
And then, but the other two, 6:30. And then Eli will do this thing, my 5-year-old, he'll be like, Mom, I'm going to go to the bathroom.
And then asks me if she can go to the bathroom.
On everything. Eli, take that tablet, son, and go hang out for a half hour, you know? Give me 30 minutes. Okay. I'm going to get something to eat. Bro, if you don't go in your room. So, yeah, I don't stay up. We're in bed by like 10 because I cannot. I can't.
Oh, no. I'm up late. I'm up super late.
Between
editing and, like,
yeah.
Doom scrolling for, like, inspiration on Pinterest or TikTok or whatever. I do that a lot.
I feel like I used to be super productive at nighttime, but now I just can't. Like, I've, like, had to force myself to switch and be productive during waking up, which isn't easier because the kids are there.
Yeah, no. Well, so Mia goes to school. Obviously, she's in kindergarten. But I have Killian all day still. He's not even in preschool.
Right.
So I don't have a break at all from him. And it's like to be on all day plus like answering emails, edit. Like sometimes I can't even edit because he's like jumping on me while I'm on the couch. It's not like, I mean, I can sit at my desk and edit, but I don't love to because I use my tablet to edit mostly.
But even then they're jumping on the desk. Like Eamon, my 3-year-old, same thing. It's
so hard.
He'll sit for a while. He does entertain himself more than the other two ever did.
Really?
But
maybe it's the third because neither of mine do.
Yeah, it was. He's good. I can't say that I can never get anything done with him, but when he decides like, I need your attention, then that's it. I'm done for the day. So that's difficult because if I have like that motivation to get it done and I can't, then I feel like, what the hell is happening? You know, I feel like I wasted the day even though I didn't. Like I feel really hard on myself when I don't check everything off on the list. But it's like kids, ADHD, the pressure I put on myself, the
pressure's the worst. So I decided to, when Pat and I got married, I was working at Johnson Wales, he's working his job, he's in construction, and we both had really good jobs. And then I found out I was pregnant, and we decided that I was going to leave Johnson Wales. I was going to start working in mental health again because I got offered the teaching position, and I couldn't take the teaching position while also being an academic counselor. It like had schedule conflict actually. So I couldn't do both. So I was like, I'll just do outpatient therapy during the day in my own office, and then I'll teach at night. And then when it came down to it, like he was making enough to support us where I didn't need to continue. I was working outpatient per diem. So I was working, technically I was scheduling like 5 to 6 clients a day, but there would be days where like I would get no-showed and I wouldn't get paid because I was technically per diem.
Right.
So that got to the point where I was like, I can't, I'm not doing this when we have a baby at home to come sit in the office and have like 5 no-shows in a row and then not get paid and still sit here all day. So we decided that was it. So that's when I just started teaching, and then the photography picked up pretty organically in the beginning. I mean, we've definitely taken a hit recently because of the economy, but I mean, I started my photography business in 2019 and went through COVID and came out of it.
Right. And
like came out of it more successful actually. Like,
and that's like huge because my coaching business, like the beginning of COVID is when I was like, bro, no.
Yeah.
Nope. I was like still trying after I had Eamon. And I came back and I was just like, I can't push this hard. I'm like, I'm friggin' stressed out just because of the world. And
yeah, so you were pregnant. You and I were pregnant at the same time during COVID.
Yeah.
Because they're only, the youngest are only 2 months apart.
And then I was just like, no, we're closing it. But I felt like I was being a baby.
No.
I felt like everyone
was hard.
Like,
I mean,
you know, like I feel like I talk a fucking lot. And I'm always like, here's something new, you know, my ADHD, like, here we go with this. And then I was like, actually, we're not doing this anymore. And that's something I've had to really, like, deal with myself, like, realize or force myself to realize, like, it doesn't fucking matter. Just do your shit anyway. Like,
yeah, do you feel like if you announce a new thing, you're like, oh, people are gonna judge me, be like, what is she doing now?
I used to, but I have some serious ride or die people that will, like, show up.
That's
like,
awesome.
even if it's not their thing, they'll go, like, follow the page, or, like, they're not moms, but they'll still, like posts on it and stuff like that. And that I'm really grateful for, that I don't have a lot of people that are like, ew, check this bitch out. I feel like I might not be one of those people that someone would be like, you're a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like people probably wouldn't tell me they think that.
No.
I'm sure there are people that are like, she's so annoying.
I mean,
but I don't care.
I have found in my flip-flop, like, we also have, like, Pilkington, because, so, our hashtag was, our last name's Pilkington. Our wedding hashtag was take me to Pilkington, like, take me to Funky Town. So then, after we, like, moved into, after we moved to our apartment after we got married, we already lived together before that, but we moved to a different apartment, and we were doing lots of, like, renovating furniture together and stuff, so we go Pilkington Crafts. Etsy shop, another one of our failed attempts. And so it was,
see,
like,
the thing is, like, we say things like failed, but it's not, because did you carry shit that you learned?
Yeah, no, for sure learned.
Every single thing I've started, and maybe it didn't work out how I hoped it did, the next thing I started was that much, not easier, but it was...
more successful.
Yes, I took something away from everything that I've done, so it's like, they're building blocks, they're not failures.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So cliche, but...
Well, so this was just, like, another one of those things. So I feel like when I started photography, some people were like, oh, what is she doing now? And then, like, I even had friends who said, well, they're not friends anymore. Because I found out they said shit like that. But and I'm like, you should have ride or dies. You should have, like, the people in your corner should be supportive.
Yeah, but see, my ride or dies are people that I've never actually met in real life.
Mine are too!
Like, I don't have
strangers.
many real life friends.
Me either. Actually, this is why we're friends.
But internet besties, I have a lot of those. And it's like, fucking yes.
Yeah, so...
Be an internet bestie.
Yeah. I'm gonna shout out someone right now. She's like... Her name's Holly. Hey, Holly. I'm shouting you out. She's my husband's, one of his friends, and, like, they used to play... They were never in a band together, but they were in separate bands, and they played together, like, out at shows. Seth. He was younger than him. Seth is an amazing guitar player. They live on the West Coast. I've only met Holly in person one time. I fucking love her. Like, she is just, like, she feels like a soul sister. She supports me in everything. She reaches out. She's always, she comments on things. And I do the same for her. Like, she reads tarot cards. Go get a reading from her. But she's someone, like, I don't really know. Like, I know her a little. Right. I only met her once. And she shows up. And I have clients like that who have only ever come to me for photography. But, like, show up. Ride or die, like, they have booked family, boudoir, wedding, like, everything. And, or multiple, like, 3 shoots. Like, 3, 4, 5 of the same shoot. Like, that's insane to me when I have, like, my own best friend, like, won't share my shit.
And always the same
I don't
thing.
care if you don't book. Right. Share something.
Right. And that's my thing, too. And it's, like, everyone, like, I say, like, so much. It's so annoying. I tried to stop doing that before we started recording. But I feel like people that are closer to you, what has been said is that they worry about the things, right? Like, what if you don't, what if this or whatever, but that might happen because you're not sharing my shit. You know?
Right. Like, yeah, like, if you are worried about me not succeeding, then help me succeed.
But they get stuck in that, or, like, the jealousy, and...
There's definitely a jealousy aspect, for sure.
And it's harder for people, or it's just less likely for people closer to you to...
But, like...
It's annoying.
That's like an entirely different episode, but, like, why don't the people around you want to see you succeed?
Again, that's why I don't fuck with many people, because I feel like it... Not that nobody. Like, I mean, my best friend Lauren, like, she always does, and I'm sure she's listening to this right now, but, like, she's there, and that's all that matters. Like, okay, I have my, like, one person that really, like, shows up, but imagine if everyone that you were, like, acquainted with was like, yes.
Yeah, well, I feel like
do it.
So that's with like, Blooming Babes, with the boudoir side of things. That started with, like, empowering women and being, like, a girl's girl. Like, we are not tearing each other down. We are not doing, like, we are supporting. There is room for everyone at the table. Like, you can do, like, I even have friends who are photographers who, like, I support as long as, like, you're not a douchebag or,
Right.
like.
But here's, like, another side of that, though, because I don't always share people things either.
See, I feel like
if I think about it, it's because I do, if I'm not working on social media for, like, creating posts or things that matter,
Yeah.
I'm not really there, right?
Yeah.
Or I'm kind of just, like, scrolling through whatever and then don't think about it. So I have to, like, activate my brain to be like, okay, make sure you like this or share this. But if, like, someone's having something like a special or a sale or whatever the hell it is, or a new launch, I'll share those things.
Or just,
But if it's just like a normal, like, whatever post, I mean, like, I share your stuff, but I also was working as an ambassador for
that was my job. No, but, like, all right, my nail girl, Heather, Tips and Toes, she's amazing. But, like, anytime I get my nails done, I usually take a picture and share it and shout her out, tag her in it. Like, I honestly,
I do stuff like that
She doesn't
too.
need any more. She's, like, overbooked at this point, so she doesn't, not like she needs any more clients. She's talented, but, like, just like that, like, she's a mom, she's a business owner.
Right.
I want people to know that she does great work and that, like, I'm proud of her, and, like, that's it, simple as that. Like,
Right.
so post your pictures when you get them. Like, I still have clients.
I mean,
who
I
don't
get-
tag the photographer in the
Right, I know.
Tag me.
Sometimes I don't think about it, and then I'll, like, we'll go back and do it. But, like, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I know what I want people to do, but I don't always do it.
Yeah.
And so I think I'm pretty hard on myself. Like, I always feel like I need to be doing more, and it's like, do you really need to be doing more? So maybe I don't look like an asshole, but I just always feel like everyone's like,
No,
she's an idiot.
That's just because you're in it. I feel. I don't think you're an idiot. I think it's because you're in it. So, like, you're hyper aware. Other people
Look at
probably
Ashley in
don't
her
know.
fucking dark circles, talking on her goddamn stories again.
I just started talking on my stories because I'm like, all right, we're starting a podcast, and Ashley talks on her stories all the time, so maybe I need to start doing that. And I posted the one today.
I have nothing going on right now, and I thought that was hilarious. I was like, she was talking about how there was an app for stretching, and she's like, I thought, she said making stretching affordable, and she's like, I thought stretching was free.
I thought stretching was affordable.
Not in this economy.
Not anymore. Stretching is
We're
not
gonna
free.
actually charge it, but it's gonna be a low. So imagine you're like stretching in your living room with these people from bed bust in your house, and they're like,
did you pay for that? So stupid.
did you pay?
How did you find out about that stretch?
Was that pigeon? Are you in the fucking pigeon pose right now? Oh my God, we're so off track right now. We're supposed to be talking about burnout.
And then being a mom.
You know why I'm burnt out? Because they're charging me for stretches.
can't even stretch for free anymore. So I gotta do this podcast, try to make some money, pay for my stretching.
Alright, get it together, guys.
So
we've talked
being a mom and a business owner. So, like, burnout for sure happens. I know, like, I'm gonna, like, comment you with some advice about being a mom and a business owner, but I haven't taken it yet. Scheduling.
It's hard to take it, yeah.
You need to schedule. Like, 100% have a set schedule and follow it. Like, only do your work at certain times of the day and then turn off. Turn off your phone, turn off your computer. Like, you need to set hours the same way you would if you had a regular job, because you're going to burn out, your family's going to feel it. Like, my kids have already said that I'm on my phone too much, and that, like, oh, it's like a dagger to the heart. But,
I
like,
know. My kids don't say it, but, like, I can tell.
I know,
okay,
they've said
so I've been, like, when I notice, like, they're trying to get my attention, I'm like, okay, shit. Like, I'll throw my phone. Or, like, at 8 o'clock, I'll, like, put my phone on the counter in the kitchen, like, not even have it on me. And I've been trying to, like, do that more, like, actively being engaged with what's happening.
yeah, super, like, being present.
But then also with burnout, sometimes you're like, I don't want to be here. Then you, like, disassociate through,
I
like,
disassociate a lot.
I
I feel
know.
like I need
I
to
do it all the
detach a
time.
lot. But I saw something recently that was like, you can't, moms, stay-at-home moms, like, we're not built to be engaged for 13 hours a day, like,
right.
straight.
It's exhausting.
It's the mental load. I take the mental load of everything, the whole household. The schooling, doctor's appointments, like, our schedule for the week, like, who we're gonna see, family.
Same.
Plus the business, like, and
but not even, like, Gio doesn't do anything, like, but he's working all these hours, and, like,
yeah.
So, by default, if I'm not working those hours, it makes sense that, like, I would go do it, but it's still just, like...
It's just remembering everything. Like, just even remembering it is, like, insane to me. Like, pass me to... There's something wrong with our fuse box. It wasn't... we blew a fuse and it wasn't resetting right, and we couldn't figure out what the issue is, so he asked me to ask my uncle or my dad. And I was like, bro, can't you send the text message? Why do I have to send the text message? You're the one who was like, you know what's wrong with the switch. I didn't even touch it.
Right. I saw something that was like, your wife's mad because you want her to tell you what to do. And she wants you to be, like, an active part of the house and know what needs to be done.
Yeah, no, Pat will 100% do anything I ask him to do. And sometimes he recognizes what needs to be done. But I definitely have to tell him more than not, and that's the exhausting part. Like, yeah, why can't you just see?
Right.
Why can't you just see it?
See, but I'm annoying like that to Gio for certain things because I'm like, he'll just take care of it.
Yeah.
And, like, he's way more, like, on scheduling and shit like that. But as far as, like, kids wise, it's like me.
Yeah.
And, like, he does dishes. Like, I cook, but he does the dishes.
Oh,
and
no.
I, like, made that a thing.
Pat cooks
He
and
cooks,
does
yeah.
dishes. I'm so lucky. He cooks. I will say, like, around the house, like, the household chores and the mental load, I definitely take more on. But he takes on more than, like, I know we have the bar really low for men. He is higher than that bar. But it's still, like...
I know.
I'm like, he is better than the average guy. Like, he cooks. And, like...
Right.
Do I wish that maybe there were a little more handy things around the house?
I mean, people probably feel like that anyway. Like,
But he's
I can't
too.
complain. Like, I really don't have to talk many times for Gio to, like, pick up and, like, do what needs to be done. It's just, like, there's just so fucking much.
Yeah. It is.
Like,
it's
when
a
you're
lot.
running
And
a business, you have these kids. These kids. It's like sometimes, even though your partner does help, you're still just like, yo.
Well, because the list is also never ending. So
Right.
even when they help, they're also exhausted. Pat's exhausted. He works a physical job.
Right.
Like, he's just as tired as I am. It's in a different way, though. Like, I don't think his brain ever is
right.
pulsating like mine is.
Right.
Like, I'm just, like, constantly on.
And it's, like, hard to find the balance sometimes. Like,
Oh, God.
and it's not always 50-50. You know what I mean? And that's,
50-50.
like, it's just, it's fluid. It's all just, it keeps going.
Well, you also, and every household's different. You gotta find what works for you. Like, I would never, there are definitely some women who, like cooking and cleaning and serving their husband and all that, and I'm just not that person.
Yeah. Well, I like cooking most days, but even then, I'm like, sometimes I don't want to do it.
Yeah, no. I am thankful that Pat's not, he's 100% on board with that, though. Like, he doesn't care that I don't cook. He doesn't care that if he comes home and the house looks like a bomb went off, like, he doesn't care. He's not like, well, why does this house look like this? What did you do all day?
Gio used to have a problem
I would
with, like, because he lived by himself. He's a bachelor. Like, he didn't have kids. I came into it with Eden, so he would be like, why? And I'm like, it's not that bad. And then after we had Eli, it would still bother him, but I'm like, bro, you have to, like, choose your battles. Like, I'm not going to pick this up 13 times a day. You walk in the house, it might be a disaster, but guess what? Once that baby goes to bed, you know I pick it up.
Oh, yeah. It gets
you know what I mean?
Afterwards.
So, like...
But I'm not following the kids around.
It used to bother him a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, get over it. So that was something that he learned relatively quickly, because it's just, kids just, they don't, it's just a bomb. A constant
Constantly.
bomb. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always...
Where are today I vacuumed the living room, like, 4 times.
20 times.
Where? How? I didn't even give you a snap. Where are the crumbs coming from?
I vacuum so much. I've gone through 2 vacuums in a year. Just keep breaking.
I keep, like
what?
Not pulling the trigger on a Dyson, but I'm like, you really just, you need one.
I need like the best of the best, and I need one for each room.
Yes.
It's my dog. I have a dog. This is not a mompreneuring thing at all. That I have a dog who sheds and keeps breaking my vacuums. So we were talking about scheduling with mompreneur stuff.
We're doing
This is
bad.
see, but this is what it's like to millennial moms, unfiltered. We are going to get off
so
track
many
a lot.
things,
And we're going. But for any moms out there who like want to start a business, and I think you need to be like really aware that it's not easy.
It's not as easy as people on the internet make it look.
Oh no.
Because honestly, my first business that I started, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do this and follow, and it's just like, no, it's not what happened, and it was.
It's not impossible. It 100% can be done, but you need to learn that, like, well, first of all, I don't know if anyone should start a business in this economy. Might not be the right. It has to be the right business, because like people aren't spending money on a lot of things right now. So you need to have like a really good.
See, when people
brand.
say things like that, I'm like, what are you talking about? Because I'm spending money like. It's not responsible, but I'm like.
So you're spending. I guess people
find people with ADHD
who don't have
and market to them because they're not paying attention
to how much money they're spending,
and they are fighting with their husbands. Just kidding.
Like, I'm gonna go spend his money.
Yeah.
Like no. Okay, so I still get my nails done every 2 weeks.
I'm on 3 weeks just because
I was on 3 weeks.
I cannot.
I was on 3 weeks, but I switched back to 2 because I stopped getting hard gel because I needed to give my nails a break because they were. But like I just feel like people aren't spending. So
Yeah.
I'm a luxury photographer. I still have clients, but not nearly as many as I did.
Bottom line,
A
it
year
depends
ago.
on the business.
Yeah,
But at the same time, don't not do it. Don't overthink it. Like at some point, you gotta pull the trigger.
I think you really need to be committed to your brand. I've been doing a lot of like looking into like the most successful brands, and they're the ones that are the most authentic. So if you're gonna like commit to, all right, I'll shout out another local business owner, Selena, who owns Empowered Mama Company. She 100% like she lives and breathes her brand, and she empowers moms.
And it feels that way.
And
too.
it feels that way,
Right.
and she's so successful. Like I 100% admire her. Like I think that she's like super authentic, and like her content is all like uniform. It's
right,
really
and
great.
when you love what you're doing, that shows and it comes through. But like,
she's
and that's
super
where
passionate.
and with stepping back from now multiple businesses, I got to a point where it felt like I was pulling teeth to show up to do like the bare minimum for that business.
That's how I've been feeling.
And it's like at the end of the day, you're losing more money than you're making because you're not even being productive. It's not even quality content or lead sourcing. It's just
it's hard when you also have to do everything. Like
right.
if you're not equipped with a team, you're doing everything yourself.
And that
so
was
like
another thing that I didn't think of. The first time I had to file taxes, I was like, I cried.
I had to pay so much. We have not. So that's another thing you have to remember when you're a business owner. You might not get a refund.
Right.
We haven't gotten a refund in 3
Have
years.
that money put aside. You're probably gonna have to pay something.
Oh,
Make
yeah.
sure that whatever you get paid, that you're figuring out how much.
I have to put aside 30% of everything that I make. 30% goes aside for taxes. I paid last year. Like,
and I did this. Don't be like, I'll take it from the next time I get paid, because no, you will not. No, you will not. And then guess what? You're going to have to pull that money from somewhere else. Or if you don't have that money from somewhere else, then you're fucked.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to get on the IRS's bad side.
No. I mean...
And then, like, also the other side of my brain says, fuck it.
So, speaking of burnout, is where I think we were leaving off. So, back to burnout, I was hospitalized last year for a double kidney infection. And it started as a misdiagnosis, but I was essentially just burnt out. And my sister said to me, like, if you don't, this is, like, your body's way of, like, telling you to stop because you weren't. And so, like, if you're not going to stop, we're going to force you to stop.
Right.
So, I took a little bit of time off last year, but I feel like this past year has been really slow to, like, get the business moving again. But I also feel like I haven't been super passionate about a lot of it because I've needed to take care of myself more.
Right.
So it's been really hard to, like, find the motivation. So I'm not super surprised about the studio, like, closing, because I don't think that I've been giving it necessarily 100% as far as, like, the other stuff, like the art, the experience of the photo shoot, the actual photos, like, I think those are still quality, but, like, like, promoting, marketing, like, keeping up with, like, the running of the business itself has been so draining, and I really need to, like, start focusing on myself again. So it's really hard to find the balance, because I haven't worked out in forever, and I really want to start working out again. I haven't gone to a yoga class. I want to do that again. I want to, like, get my house, like, decorated. We didn't decorate for Halloween at all. Maeve was so devastated. I'm like, well, I promise we'll do Christmas, but, like, I haven't even. Want to. I've just been like.
So I just bought little tiny, like, fake Christmas trees to put on top of, like, the TV thing. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yep, there it is. It's super early, and I usually don't decorate this early, so I feel, like, crazy. But I'm like, there it is. You guys,
that's it.
I did it. I don't actually feel like doing this. But what I was gonna say about, you know, not giving it your all or whatever, like, if you don't keep up with taking care of yourself and what you need to for your mental health and your physical health, and you put it all into your business, like, the end result is, like Brittni said, like, you're gonna have to take that time. Well, so it's like, from the beginning, instead of working towards burnout, why don't you, or we should be, it's not why don't you, because I mean, we all fucking do this. You get wrapped up in it and you don't think, and then all of a sudden you're, like, at the end of the road, and it's like, how did I even get here? But, like, make sure you keep up with those schedules and don't let yourself fall off for too long.
And don't beat yourself up on a day that you're not productive, because like, sometimes rest is necessary.
Right.
Not sometimes,
I used to do that all the time. I mean, I still do pretty bad. I'm like, oh, you're such a loser if you didn't do anything today. Now you have to go throw in some laundry just so you did something.
So you feel like you accomplished something.
But it's like, you know.
Yeah. The negative stuff, like, I definitely have days where I literally do nothing, and I didn't start, like, feeling okay with that until very recently. Yeah. Like, because I made myself sick. Like, I can't keep doing that. And, you just have to really, really allow yourself those breaks, because I think that people get lost in their business a lot of the time, and then when it does fail, they don't want to put the energy into, like, reviving it again.
Right. And that's a hard place to get to. So again, instead of driving yourself to burnout, just make sure that you're prioritizing you. You're still there. It's not.
Yeah, and
it's in the beginning especially, like, it's hard to do that. It's easier to say that than to do it, but.
And there was also that disconnect for me with the business. Is like, Blooming Babes was about empowering women. Like, right. I'm empowering women to love themselves, to take care of themselves, for self-care, self-love, like, how you can't pour from an empty cup. Like, I'm preaching all this, and I'm practicing none of it. Like, that's not authentic. That's not going to get my clients in the door. They're going to be like, this bitch is talking about all this stuff, and she's hospitalized because she's not taking care of herself.
It's always easier said than done.
It's always easier said than done.
Like, putting it to work, like, making it a priority to do from the beginning is going to save you a lot of time, money, exhaustion, hospital bills. So,
therapy bills.
Coming to the end of this episode, let's recap. 1, if you're going to start a business, start a business. Think about what the economy looks like, but don't sit on it too long. You don't need too much education.
Love,
yes,
feel
be
like
passionate
to your brand.
People are gonna know whether you're just spewing bullshit or you really believe what you're saying.
Right.
Burnout. It's gonna happen.
Plan for it.
Yeah, but
plan to avoid it.
Yeah. Try to work away from burnout from the beginning. Hopefully you got something from this episode. We kind of, again, rambled, but that's fine. I think there were some little golden nuggets.
You have to let us know about your secret stretch sessions.
Oh, yeah.
Private.
If anybody runs in on you, we want to hear about that. Are you stretching for free? Let us know. Everything, I don't even know. What time is it? I'm just kidding. All
next
of our
week's
socials
episode.
and links are in the show notes. Next week's episode.
We're gonna definitely dive into some unfiltered advice.
Yes,
That should be
unfiltered advice. And we also have the Tell Me a Secret thing coming up, which is going to be its own episode, probably in the next couple of episodes. So submit your secrets. We want
juicy submissions.
Listen, I want that tea to be so hot.
Burn
I'm not
my
looking
fingies.
for iced tea. I don't want tea that's been sitting out on the counter for a couple hours. I want that
Boiling.
right off the stove, hot tea. All right. All right, we're rambling again. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for listening.